This is Scott with Hi-Lux Optics. We're at the range today on a desert winter day, so it's a little cooler than it might seem. Here to shoot the Sharps 1874 in 4570 with the new 6-power long Parallax edition scope. We have this mounted up with the direct dovetail mounts. Those go right into the dovetails, no extra machining required. Our particular model is a Pedersoli, so those are the plates we're using. Now, I'm sure that many of you will probably agree with me that parallax on a scope of this low magnification didn't make any sense. I mean, I've seen it on 8 power, it's useful there, 10 power and up, definitely necessary. But parallax on a 6 power, I have to say I was completely wrong. I did not realize the benefits of having parallax adjustment on a 6 power scope until I actually got to try this one out. Now this scope is externally adjusting, as I'm sure you can see from these rather unusual mounts, especially compared to today's scopes. That means that as you adjust the scope, as you actually point it in a different direction to get on target, you're going to be moving the eyepiece of the scope. If your scope is the kind of internally adjusting scope where your face can remain exactly at the same spot on the stock every time, parallax is not largely a factor if you're returning to the same head position. But when your head shifts, when the eyepiece shifts, that's actually going to be shifting where the reticle lays on the target. That's the parallax effect that I didn't realize I was suffering from. Now this can actually adjust focus from 10 yards all the way up to infinity. As you get further and further out, that parallax effect is going to be less and less, but up close, especially zeroing at 25 yards, target shooting at 10 yards, even out at 100 yards, the movements of your head can drastically shift where the reticle lays in relation to the bullseye and make your group open right up. Now, I have not had a chance to fire this yet. We only did vision testing here at the range before. Chris has loaded up a new set of 4570 with a rather unusual cast 415 grain bullet. And loaded behind it are 35.5 grains of IMR 4451. He did all the loading. I'm pretty sure that what he did is going to be phenomenal. With the parallax adjustment built into the scope, it's going to be even more phenomenal. And let's see if we can't just go straight for paper at 100 yards. Next to that is a little treat to myself for actually finally converting on the idea of parallax at 6 power. Have set up a little bowling match. Let's see if we can't get a strike. Join us as we get a little view of the scope in action. Now this also is a sliding scope. That means under recoil, it's going to slide, and I'm going to have to pull it all the way back. I also find the sliding useful on the Sharps because I can move it out of the way of the chamber, load, unload, do what I got to do, move it back into position, and then get right back on target. So join me in a second as we put some rounds under the 6-power, long, sliding, direct dovetail mount, parallax adjustable scope. I am very excited. All right. Now, these rounds that I'm going to start sighting in with are, they're not the rounds that I was discussing earlier. These are old ones that we just honestly need to fireform the brass a little bit. It's a bit sticky. So let's get on paper, and then we'll switch to the good stuff and get ourselves zeroed in. Then it is time for bowling. You may notice the rounds stick on occasion. That's, as I said, it's a little bit outsized, but we're going to fix that by shooting it because that's the easy way. Okay, first step, we get the parallax set. That's very simply done by turning this dial right here. It's about an arm's length away. Now, I've already set the eyepiece to my particular prescription. That's done normally by rotating it and locking it up. This scope also has one other feature that I did not mention earlier. It has a ring right here, just like on our 8 power, that you can loosen up and actually set the reticle to level. You can also do that by changing the return ring down at the front. Either one, honestly, dealer's choice. So, let's get shooting. I'm going to go for the left bowling pin.
All right, got it. Okay, so it's a little bit low, I think.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple inches low.
I'm going to come up.
Where did you go on the bowling pin? It looked like you hit the base.
I moved it up a bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot for the other one now. We can set them back up, so I don't think they'll explode.
Mm. All right, hit the bottom left.
That's about where I've got it. Okay. We're now shooting with the real stuff. The 415 grain round nose cast bullet and 35.5 grains of IMR 4451 loaded up by the fella behind the camera. Alright, top sheet center.
Okay.
Where to go?
Just below the first one. Windage is still. We probably need to move it back over like 2 inches.
To the left?
To the left.
Okay.
I'd be happy with like a 2-inch group. At
Well,
least for
let's
this
see where
load,
we
we
are.
can fine tune it more. Okay, windage is spot on.
A little high?
Little high. Let's try another one.
Yeah.
It's kind of going all over the place. Well, at least we're in the target.
All right. I'll do one more, we'll see. And then it's bowling pin time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's looking like about like a 3-inch group.
So they're like hovering all around it.
Yeah.
So that means the actual group is centered, just lower precision.
Yeah.
Okay. Bowling pin time. Oh boy.
Nailed it.
Okay, I'd say we're pretty set.
All right, should we try to run it to 600?
We absolutely should.
All right.
Base of the hill.
Base of the hill.
Unclear.
Yeah, I think it might have hit way high. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh,
Hit.
that was an impact.